Hello, everyone. Again, I feel glad to be together and that we have a special guest today. Vera Franco is here to take over the first 1.5 hours and guide us into nonlinear territories. And I will just pass you the ball like this, very nonlinear, and then go ahead, welcome and go ahead.
Thank you. So one of the many things that distinguishes possibility coaching from any other kind of coaching is that it is a space that goes out of the territory of the known, of the formula, of the thing that have worked before for you as a coach. And even when this is usually very difficult for people because people have gone to school, you have gone to school. And so there's, this works, I will keep doing it. This works, I'll keep doing it. And only when things don't work is the coach or the space holder usually tries to figure something out that has never been discovered before. And so this session is about going right, just getting past the known, going straight, diving first all together into this other space where the absurd is possible, the impossible is possible, the nonsensical is possible, not just as a something that would tickle parts of your brain that have not been tickled before, or even tickle your gremlin, but that would serve the space. So going nonlinear, one of the biggest sources of the nonlinearity is whom. Yeah, Christina, don't I saw you. So
The gremlin.
no, I was for you to not answer.
So I'm sorry. You said, yeah, come on.
Yeah. So,
okay, sorry.
So I see that everybody here has their mouth shut, even when I ask the question. So it seems that some part of you is still in school, even right now, even listening to me. And so if you want to be coaches, it is not like that. You're going to go into uncharted territory inside the space with your client, but also inside yourself. Most of the possibility, and I think you have this experience that when you're holding space for a client, there's this fear of, shit, I don't know where to go now. Okay, like what now? What next? And so this is exactly, if you are not feeling this in a space, then you are not alive in the space. The space is not alive, and you're not coaching with the bright principle of possibility. And so we are going to practice. It's not even like a big practice, because for you to become really amazing possibility coaches, my recommendation would be that you do a month of every day doing practices of nonlinearity until your box kind of goes crazy, thinks that you've just gone insane and should be taken to a mental asylum, so that you're loose enough in your rules to really make completely 90 degrees moves with your client and go where your box cannot go, because you cannot hold space for possibility coaching with your box. So we're going to have a tiny taster, like going to a Michelin star restaurant, and even before the whole meal comes, they give you a palate cleanser, so that to prepare you for the real research, to prepare you for the real meal. So this is what the 1.5 hours is going to be. So first things is we're going to get into groups of 2, just in pairs. And we're going to do very quick, very rapid experiments. And then that will take about 2 minutes. And then we shift to another pair, and then 2 minutes, and then shift to another pair. So we're going to go a bit faster than your box or your normal, comfortable, energetic body state would allow. And when you're going to be in pairs, and the person with the longest hair starts, and you start doing, the person with the longest hair, you're going to ask question about something that you see in the field of your partner. So if I have, for example, Christina, I'm like, Christina, what's that light? Like, what's that thing that is flashing behind you? And Christina would give answers, would start giving 5, 6 different answers, non-linear answers about what that thing is. And each of the answers would be completely different, would create a space completely different. And so it's not just about being a crazy possibility maker, like, you know, if I name that as a candle, or if I name that is actually a rip in the fabric of the universe, because the universe is made of light. And
Vera, I have a request. Would you speak a little bit slower?
Yes.
Please. Thank you.
So if I would say that what is behind Christina is actually something, a rip in the fabric of the universe, because the fabric of the universe is made out of light. And she took out a scalpel, a surgeon's scalpel, and she cut open a little hole and the light came through. And she needed a bit of that light to come hold space for the possibilitator, possibility coaching space. And so that the pure light that does not come from her box, comes directly from the universe, comes directly from the bright principles, can come and be here without any contamination. So that's one answer. And so then she would give like 4 other answers that would create spaces of transformation. So not just cool, like, oh, that's a leprechaun sitting in the corner looking at you. No, you would give a non-linear story. Basically, you would describe what it is with a non-linearity, but that would create a space of transformation, of possibility to other people. Any questions about this? Okay, so I'll put you in pairs, and then so we'll have about 2 minutes each. So maybe you're only going to be doing 1 object, maybe 2 objects at a time, depending on how long your explanations are. And then I will basically, when you see the countdown, just come back immediately to the breakout room, because these are fast rounds and we're going to do quite a few of them. Okay, you're going to be with different pairs.
I have one question, because if the person with the longest hair always starts, then the person with the least hair might never talk.
It is so unfair.
Cool.
No, then you change roles. Then you change roles. There's 2 minutes each person.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then when I close the rooms, you all come back.
Yes, sounds good.
All right. Good luck.
Where do I go? I stay with you.
You can stay with me, or you can go into a room, for example. Well, I mean, we can do this together, or you can go into a room and
I want to practice, really.
go ahead. Yeah, let's do it.
Like, okay, ask me something.
What is that thing that you have coming out of your ears?
These are actually starlight antennas, which connect me to the universe and to my archetypal lineage, and it serves me as as a, how do you say it? It serves me like I can connect directly to the universe, that I can listen to the heartbeat of the universe, so I can slow down and be in the rhythm. What
is the things coming out of your ear?
This one.
Yeah.
These are the antennas.
No, it's the second.
Ah, okay. Okay. these are actually like the arms of an octopus, and they are like the octopus is connected to Mother Earth and to the center of Mother Earth, and they are directly pulsing the vibration of Mother Earth into my ears. So I can get all the information what Mother Earth is actually supposed to tell me.
What are these things really coming out of your ears?
What are
Just, yeah, talk.
these
Just start
things
saying
are,
something.
yeah, they are feathers. No, they are wings. They are wings from little like elves flaring around my like around my energetic body, and it's kind of they are not the wings, but
What
actually
are the things coming out of your ears?
because they are whispering something into my ears. They are always giving me like the next impulse. It's like they are whispering the wisdom of the earth into me, and the wisdom of the ancient elves wisdom. How do you say elfhood?
What is it? What's that thing that's that is coming out of your ears?
They're actually like these are these heart pedals. It's like actually they are going directly to my heart, and they are connecting my heart with my brain, and it's kind of this. My heart gives the rhythm, pulses the rhythm into my head, so that I never forget what my heart wants to, and I never forget what is the rhythm of the heart, and that because I get so fast usually, and so my heart is slowing me down and gives me a natural rhythm.
Then we switch.
So what is this thing behind you? It's kind of I see somehow a wind like something, this thing behind you. What is that?
Here or here or here?
No, like the first thing.
The
This,
first one.
yeah.
This is a painting. It's a very realistic painting that I have because I like painting, and I've been looking for ways to express different parts of my being a trainer, to paint things that are realistic, but they have a twist. Because if I put my hand up, see, you see my hand there. This is all part of the painting, like that these paints that I found. The way that to paint makes the painting come alive, but it's
Okay.
actually not real. Just as not real.
Okay, Vera, what is it really about? Like, what is this thing behind you?
This
Yeah.
is just the outside, because we are inside. Like here, I'm inside a box. There's the of the Zoom, so there's no, I don't have anything underneath here. But as soon as I go through that door, I'm out of the Zoom space, and I grow arms. I have more legs than I usually have, because I am completely out of the box construct of what my body looks like and who I am. And so this is actually the gate to come out of my box construct of being logical. And
Okay.
and I think you have one too.
Okay, great. Vera, what is it all about? What can you say more about this thing behind you?
Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Mute. Yeah, I'm like writing for the.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, one more. This thing behind me, it isn't there. It's this thing is like a thing of the Zoom that creates like these fake backgrounds. Actually, I'm behind a waterfall, and we created this space. Like a waterfall is not super close, but it's close by. I can feel already the energy of the water and the nature around me, but it would be very distracting to you. So I put this this background. It's to cover up the turmoil that is actually really going on and behind me. And so this, like, otherwise people would think I'm crazy and like, how can she do a call that is actually like in such a messy space? Okay, this is the 3 minutes are over.
Yeah. Shall I change the breakout that they coming faster? Okay.
Oh,
No, that's good.
they seem to be coming soon. Okay, except for Nicole and Sabina that did not get the assignment of coming back. Okay, so anything that you have noticed, like two things, two hints to come out of the normal space that you noticed.
To speak without thinking is the best.
Okay, what else?
Yeah, we were getting more into it with every time we got the question. And it was interesting that Anne Elizabeth was answering according to my question. Like the way I was asking took her somewhere, and I could observe how she was making it up while she was speaking. It was
Okay.
like climbing a ladder or something.
Super. One more hint.
The sense to want to serve the other person creates magnificent spaces.
Super. Okay. You have now new partners, and now do the same thing, but you are going to deliver those answers through the matrix of the person in front of you. Okay, through the matrix of the person in front of you into their being. Okay, and you'll have 1 more minute. Good luck. Okay. Do you want to go
Yeah, I can
give
go.
feedback coaching? So one of the things that could be really helpful to give a little quick feedback is if you see that the stories have, it's like they're copies of the same thing. So yeah, that would be okay. You know, you said that thing already, and start a new one.
Okay. I go to Marin and Martin.
Okay, I go to Johanna and Sabina.
Okay.
Being together, like you can, yeah, it's interconnection, and for being in the space.
Thank you. Martin, behind there in the shelf, there are nearly invisible things. Which are they?
These invisible things are an energetical imprint of all the person which was living here in the room, and they are left there to take care of us, like to take care of this space.
Martin, you could make it a bit more bloomy, a bit like what else? Okay, so there are these parts. So next, just use the next one.
There are wine glasses in the shelf over there. For what do you use it?
Now this is too linear. You're already defining these wine glasses. You just say there's this thing in the shelf.
Oh,
and then
that's the thing in the shelf.
what is it? Like there is a medicine. There is a energetical, or there is a liquid medicine to heal this empty parts of human beings, which are like being through the life being shattered and split away through our like the human being experience. So this is like liquid which fills the space and heals slowly this empty space, brings it more together and brings the awareness, the attention, energetical flow through the space.
Behind there in the shelf, there are glasses. What is it about?
They are like it's pure element of earth which is formed into a glass, or it's pure element of what we are standing, called energy together. So when you are
Martin, you're describing what they are. So you are hooked on the story that they are glasses. So it's about like, what is it? What else is it? Actually, like you could start, actually, there are no glasses, they are. And then what is it? What you are shaping out of it? There are definitely no glasses.
Okay, they are.
Okay, you change roles. Great.
Okay. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Maren. What is the line behind you?
The line behind me gives me the power to stay on my path, to fight for the things which are important, which really triggers me on. So as you really have the feeling for yourself that what is going on in yourself, and this line really is for me to make it stronger, to lighten it up. It could be getting bigger and longer if I want.
And what is it, Maren? Like give it a new identity. Like dare to give it a new identity and say, this light, this
is the lightning path of reality.
For example.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. What is the thing behind your right shoulder?
I'm going further.
Five different possible answers, but yes.
Yeah, what else is it?
It is it's a very thin shield, so that even, I guess, in the world we live in, there's so much stuff getting fired at us all the time, and some of that is temperature, and some of it is different types of energetic waves, and some of it is also just information that's unseen. And so it's a first line of defense to keep it's like the physical manifestation of an energetic bubble.
Thank you. What else is it?
It is it's my walk around blanket. It's a blanket that just fits onto my body so that I can be warm wherever I am, but also that I can signal to the world that I have a bed and I can sleep right here, right now.
Thank you. What else is it?
It says it's a billboard. It's a walking billboard that advertises I'm normal in some way. So it makes it so that the world can't see me. If I weren't wearing it, everyone would be like, why is that guy shirtless? It's called a shirt. Call it a shirt. But when I walk around with a shirt on, no one has that question about me. And so I can kind of move around the world without drawing attention.
What else is it?
It is it's one of my last vestiges of my American life, where my clothing is all stuff pretty much at this point that I still had bought in the United States. So this garment it's like a supplement to a passport that says I'm still, and it's still me, a way of clinging. It's like a comfort food from my box.
What else is it? No, we have time is off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're
See you in the
released,
main
Devin.
room.
Thank you.
The other side.
Thank you, Nicole.
Okay, a couple more hints of how to get into that space of absurd that serves the other person.
Something about just going with what's coming, and like radically relying on something like possibility to take me somewhere, even though it looks like I'm going somewhere that isn't so alive.
Okay.
It's like in improv theater, always say yes. It's like accepting the next impulse, like this.
Yeah.
One more hint.
For me, is this really take it serious. It's like in my head, very often there's this such a bullshit, and not to listen to this, but really like this is it, and then dive into it and really make it real. Even it's so surreal, but it's so real at the same time. Yeah.
One more hint.
Yes, I feel I'm connecting, like sensing in all my bodies what's the sensation of the thing or like the stuff or the wall, and really getting the sensation, and I connect it, so it's become real, as Christine said. It becomes so real. I feel it, I sense it, and then I can speak from it, and then the other person can, I think, sense it because I sense it in all my bodies.
Do you sense also yourselves, all of you, to lean out of the space that you already know into something else, like as like coming closer and pushing a little out? Who has this sensation? Okay.
I have it to the front though.
Yeah. Super. Okay. One last round with a completely new pair, but this time the person with the longest hair, you will start speaking about them. And then you say 5 different, you try to say 5 different stories, nonlinear possibility stories about them, about something that they have, something that you see in their face, but about the same thing, or this thing, something you see in their background. So you don't wait for the question to come. You look at them, you connect to that space, and you speak through their box into their being. All right. 2 bigger rooms. And please begin. I think next time I'll create one more room, and then we can also be in a room with someone, so that we're in, yeah.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to go into Devin and Martin.
Habet and Maren. Gut.
Mitgetragener kleine Himmel, der die ganze Zeit wolkenlos über der Welt steht und mit dem du die Klarheit in den Raum reinbringen kannst. Ich habe kurz eine Frage an Christine. Ist das in Ordnung, Kabet? Christine, also das heißt, ich nehme mir wirklich was ich sehe bei ihr und baue daraus eine
Ja,
Geschichte. Danke.
Go. Und du hast ja schon diesen, offenbar den, keine Ahnung, Vorhang, was auch immer das da ist, da. Genau.
Nein, für mich ist es das Blaue der Jacke von dir, Habet. Und diese Klarheit, mit der du wirklich durch diesen Raum fliegen kannst. Und ich meine auch der Raum, in dem du bist, und das ist das, was ich auch in diesem Raum sehe, ist diese klaren Blüten, die es treiben kann, um das hervorzubringen. Und dazu braucht es ganz dringend diese Klarheit, die in diesem Raum da ist. Und diese blaue Jacke ist genauso auch dieser Schutzmantel von Liebe, der dich umgibt. Dieses Coziness, die du im Prinzip in den Raum reinbringen kannst, um diesen Raum sicher und stabil zu halten und ihn zu nähren. Also und das ist ja auch genau das, was diese Blumen hervorbringt, die in diesem Raum dann da sind. Und genauso ist es auch dieses sich manchmal so sehr verloren fühlen, in dem, wie viel Weite man eigentlich hat. Und man weiß nicht, oder du weißt dann nicht mehr, wo du dich genau festhalten sollst, weil diese Weite ist so riesengroß und sie ist so schwer zu beherrschen.
Was ist es noch?
Und es ist das Gefühl von klarer Freiheit. Von Freiheit, die
Und gib dem Ding eine neue Identität. Also das Gefühl von Freiheit ist so.
Okay.
Was ist es noch?
Diese Jacke ist der Inbegriff.
Wenn du sagst, diese Jacke, dann ist es schon eine Jacke.
Okay. Dieses Ding ist der Zauber, den Alltag zu verzaubern, ihn warm und weich und frei zu halten. Dieses Ding gibt dir die Möglichkeit. Es ist dein Tarnmantel. Es ist dein Tarnmantel, mit dem du ganz klar dich abgrenzen kannst, wo du dich unsichtbar machen kannst, in diesem Blau-Grau und in irgendeiner Form nicht sichtbar zu sein an der Stelle, wo du es brauchst, wo du auch die Chance hast, dich in die Gewöhnlichkeit zurückzuziehen, um im Hintergrund zu wirken, ohne dass es gemerkt wird. Wie ein stiller Quell, der die Situation nährt.
Great.
Eine Energieempfangstür und da kannst du dich immer zurückkommen in diese und die Hitze und die Energie von aus dieser Tür oder aus dieser Mauertür mit dir zurücknehmen kannst. Ja.
Danke. Ein Feedback ist noch, Johanna, für wenn wir nochmal sowas machen oder du. Du kannst auch mehr nochmal mich anschauen und in mein Wesen schauen und nur die Inspiration nehmen von den Sachen. Und vielleicht kommen dir dann auch nochmal andere Sachen. Also so habe ich gemerkt, dass deine Aufmerksamkeit war auch viel bei den Sachen und auch oft nicht dann hier so bei meinem Wesen.
Danke.
Go.
Dieses Netz, was über dir liegt, was über deinen Schultern liegt, ist ein Netz, was du dir selber gewoben hast, um dich über die Welt zu bewegen. Und es ist so, dass du hast verschiedene Möglichkeiten darin, dich entweder festzuhalten. Und es ist, dass du deine Bedürfnisse kennenlernst, die dessen sind nämlich festhalten, aber auch fliegen. Und für dich ist es jetzt dran zu lernen, damit umzugehen, mit diesem Netz, das zu machen in der Welt, was du in jedem Moment machen willst, nämlich einen Moment lang zu umarmen, dich zu umarmen und sozusagen dich selber gern zu haben und dann auch wieder loszufliegen, weg von den Orten, die du schon kennst in dir. Und selber deine Flügel und dein Netz zu benutzen, um dich fortzubewegen und um das auch mit Wind hinter dir zu lassen, was du vielleicht hast schon verstauben lassen in der Anwesenheit, während du dort geblieben bist. Und ebenso kannst du
Genau.
dieses Netz oder dieses Tuch, was so über deinen Schultern liegt, ist eigentlich gar kein Tuch, was über deinen Schultern liegt, sondern ist dein Genuss. Und zwar, wie sehr dein Genuss selbst über deinen Körper herabströmt. Und du hast die Möglichkeit, dass du jetzt und auch jeden nächsten Moment oder auch jeden vergangenen Moment hattest du die Möglichkeit, dich selbst noch mehr zu genießen und der Genuss über deinen Körper, die Schultern, wo du spürst, dass du diese Schultern hast, diese Weite in der Welt hast und dazwischen deine ganzen Gefühle trägst und deine Weiblichkeit und deine Männlichkeit. Und mit diesem Netz kannst du das so an dir herabströmen, spüren und über deine Schultern, über deinen Oberkörper richtig runterfließen lassen. Genau, bis ganz runter an deinen Körper und diesen Genuss sich ausbreiten lassen bis zu deinen Zehen und auch hinten wieder hoch über deinen Rücken, über den Körper, mit dem du hier in der Welt unterwegs bist. Und für den du Aufgabe hast, gut zu sorgen und dich um dich zu kümmern. Und dieses Netz erinnert dich daran. Dieses Netz erinnert dich an den Genuss und über den Genuss mit dir selbst in eine Begegnung zu kommen, die dich jeden Tag noch etwas gesünder macht.
Noch eine Story.
Danke.
Dieses Tuch oder dieses Netz, was du gerade so vor dich gezogen hast, verhindert ganz viel in deinem Leben. Nämlich es verhindert, dass du aus Versehen deine Arme hebst, ohne es zu bemerken. Und es verhindert auch, dass dir auf einmal kalt wird, ohne dass du es bemerkst. Und es verhindert auch, dass dir warm ist in dem Moment, wo dir eigentlich kalt sein sollte, weil draußen der Wind weht. Und auf all diese Arten führt das Tuch dazu, dass du Sachen gar nicht erlebst, die du eventuell gar nicht erleben willst. Und
Markus, also du beschreibst, was es tut, aber benenne es. Welche Identität ist das? Das ist nicht nur ein Netz, sondern sag so, hey, das ist ein Lego,
okay.
das ist ein Shape-Shifting Protector, whatever.
Ja.
Benenne es.
Ja. Du trägst um dich was du da über deinen Schultern trägst und über deinen Rücken und über deine Arme, ist dein Aufzug, dein eigener Aufzug für die aufgezogene, aufgerichtete Johanna, die sich anhand dieses Netzes selbst aufrichten kann und sich mit jeder Faser, die an dir reibt und die an dir Widerstand gibt, dich dazu führt, dich so groß zu machen, wie du bist. Und mit jedem Atemzug, den du nimmst, noch einmal mehr Raum einzunehmen. Und diesen Aufzugumhang trägst du, damit du auch morgen und auch übermorgen, wenn du mit Leuten arbeitest, die noch gar nicht wissen, was du ihnen erzählen willst, etwas ihnen gibst, was auch sie aufrichtet. Danke.
Danke, Markus.
Great, thank you.
Welcome back. Is there any, this is the end of this, basically it's a warm-up. It's a warm-up for the next steps. Is there any discoveries, anything that you want to share about your experience?
I was touching in the last rounds, I was touching like more and more pain, and I noticed that I'm curious what is happening when I allow myself to let the pain grow in me while I'm speaking. And yes, I'm curious.
Thank you, Marcus. Anything else?
Marcus, which pain? Like the 4 pains, like what pain
It's
is
all
coming
of them.
up? All of them, okay. I want to hear more then. Okay.
Anything else? Any discoveries about this serving the other person, you know, speaking to that person with nonlinear stories?
For me, there's something about like the source of it being inside of me and outside of me, and there being this like dance of that goes in so many different directions, and it's like my words become this kind of thread that is exploring in and out into possibility and bringing magic on words.
Yes, it was magic, Nicole.
What did you do to, like, did many of you like manage to stay connected, like open and connected to the partner in front of you? Who managed to, you know, because I saw some people that were in that space, but then they weren't leaning with love towards the partner. So do you want to, the people who felt this, can you say a little bit more about how you maintained the access to the nonlinearity and staying in the closeness?
It was really like 3 men falling, really like to accept that not in the not knowing, really to start and really to be sure that I will grab something which will hit the point. And because if I'm in the feeling of this 3 men falling without any holding for me, then I really have to meet the other person, because I don't have to fix the other person on a special point. I really have to meet them. I really have to go into an intimacy.
Thank you. Yeah. And how did you energetically leaned into that intimacy, Maren?
The feeling I had in the situation was really like to sit in front of and really to be with my hand near by the face for the other person, but not touching, but as near as I could be without hurting the other person, or to touch the person physically, but to feel the heat of the skin.
Yeah, thank you. because it's the force of nonlinearity, then with the force of love, basically of loving the other person really thoroughly, so that those nonlinear possibilities can funnel into that person.
Yeah.
Is there
And it has something to do with what we have yesterday in the mage training for Monday. It's the commitment. It's really if I'm falling and there's another person with me, then I'm really committed to that person. If I want to meet the person, I really committed to the person in the situation.
Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else that has a hint about this leaning into closeness?
Yes, it is that, and that will also describe somehow the pain. One of the pains that I sensed is the longing. And I mean, Johanna, you can correct me if I was wrong, but I had the sense of, okay, I could sense a longing in you, and with me, like, I'm starting to really embrace that longing. And that's when you say love, like, that's where the love is coming, is okay, I sense the longing, and now I add all this non-linearity into it, which makes the longing, like, which gives the longing a new picture in you or something. And that's for me how I could really be with you. Yeah.
So the third, thank you, Marcus. And the third thing that I would also say about this leaning into this service and love is to notice if you are trying to change them. If any part of you is trying to change who they are, so even if so that they're better, or even if so that they get the thing that they want, or so that they don't have any more pain. So this is something that I've been working with, that is part of my biggest construct. But there's, see if any move that you have inside you is because you actually want that person to be different than they are, it will affect your level of closeness to them. So it's also being in a space where whatever they do, it's okay, and you're encouraging for whatever move that they make, whatever space that they choose to move into, and that you're still there with them. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. What I was scanning was that there was kind of a percentage level of fear, around 30% in this space, like leaning into this unknown, and at the same time the percentage of sadness to connect was around 20-25. So I think this is what I want to research, like how much do I really know that it need of both qualities and feelings, so that I'm not going over, but like staying connected and not push too much what you say, like go and want something, but like be with them, really gently be with them. So I noticed it was 25 sadness somehow and 30 fear. This is what I saw in the space.
Super. Okay, we are warmed up and ready for the next practice. This is going to be in groups of 3. We're going to do it in groups of 3, and it's going to be a theater, a changing identity. You're going to basically present yourself, and present yourself to the other 2 people, to your audience. And the first you're going to present, it could be your box, or it could be your gremlin, or it could be your archetypal lineage. You choose. So I think by now you have an experiential distinction about the difference between your box and your gremlin, and even your archetypal lineage a little bit. So that's the first thing that you do. You're going to take about 2 minutes, maybe, or 1.5 minutes to present you, a part of you. And then the 2 other people who are your audience, you are going to give identities. You're going to say, okay, present yourself as if you were the Queen of England, or as if you were the Witcher, or as if you were the Prime Minister of the European Union. Something that has that it's very different, and it could be even, you know, from a soldier in the Templar army in, you know, in 600 BC. I don't know if that's the correct date, but that it's, but, and then if what you would do is you would present with the same kind of qualities. You would still allow the qualities of the communication you want to come through, but through the identity, through the mask, through the filter of that person's profession, or that person, or that time, or the era, okay, and even a different gender. And so the audience can give a little, if it's too easy, it can give another, you know, even, okay, now say it as if it was your gremlin, only your gremlin, pure gremlin, or even another person that they might know. Say it as Clinton, you know. So is there any questions about that?
Yeah, like
Okay.
there's
Mhm.
communication coming out of the theater performer.
What was that?
So it's not just the theater performer isn't just choosing identity and just existing with it. They're communicating something.
Yes. So
Yeah.
the thing is that, for example, if someone's like, say it like, you know, now you're going to be Clinton, you do not, you're still committed to the things that you are committed, not what Clinton is committed, but you will say it using the nonlinear possibilities that Clinton has access to. Okay, so, but you do not change into him and do things, do his things. You do your things through his way. You got it? Yeah, and you still present. You continue to talk about what the thing that you're taking a stand on, what you're doing in your life, what you're learning, what you're struggling with. You continue to share this communication. You don't stop, but you just say it through that other, and see what other possibilities of speaking, of saying, you can deliver your communication, basically. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
So in the first thing, we first start with the box or the gremlin, and then go into about our commitments, what we stand for. I didn't really get that sharply.
No, so you are going to, the assignment in general of what your communication is going to be about,
Okay.
is you are going to say, well, who you are.
Yeah.
Who you are, what you are taking a stand for, what is your work, what is your research, are the things that you're struggling with, this is all the communication.
Okay.
The first part, you're going to present this communication as your box, or as your gremlin, or as your archetypal lineage.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then you change.
All right.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. Super. Okay. One breakout room is going to have 4 people. Okay. Or actually, maybe Christina, you would be in one. Is that okay?
We are 12
no,
together.
What?
We are 12 together. So
Yeah.
4. So you want to
Yes.
jump?
Oh, yeah. That's it. That's what we'll do. Super. All right. And you choose who goes first. And we're going to have about 5 minutes each person.
Where do I go? Johanna, Joseph. Okay, I got you. I
go to Joseph and Maren.
Okay, perfect. I was just like Johanna and Sabine. Okay, it's me. Johanna, you started?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm starting. I am a crazy magician having many different tools to enchant the spaces where I'm in. So it's getting like, yeah, enchanted, and there are different flavors coming, and species of different worlds coming in, so that people connect to their imagination and their creativity. And that's where it becomes really magic, and people can sense that magic is existing in this kind of spaces. And it's a space of aliveness and joy and craziness, and going and traveling in a sense of adventure to different worlds. And yeah, that's my what's my work about.
So speak in like as you would be at the royal queen's house.
There are some magical entities happening in the spaces that I deliver and where I serve our people, so that they can connect to their highest potential of creation. That's what our people need in this time, in this era of torment.
Sabine, the next one.
Yes. Sorry, war sehr abgelenkt. Okay, present your being as the singer prince.
The singer prince, singer like.
You don't have to sing. You don't.
No, I don't have to. Okay.
It's too old. Okay, so let me think. Okay, then please as Harry Potter.
There is this quest, this mission I have that is so big, and I don't know if my magic is still good enough because of my ability to create the magical space. I started to learn magic and use it, and actually it's work, and people look at me and they say I'm doing magic, and I'm also starting to see it, and it's thanks to my good friends, and I have the support of many different identities in my. You cannot see it, but there's somebody here.
So shift in the identity to an old woman working, Chinese woman working on the fields.
Soon. the new moon, the rice is getting out of the soil. This is pure awareness. And I'm keeping so much care of these little rice seedlings slowly growing right now. And the gods are with me on that mission. 谢谢. No words described. No more words describe this magic.
Thank you. Amazing. Super. Cool.
I wanted to make it in Chinese, it would be more real. But anyway. Who goes next? Who is going next?
No.
Sabine, go.
Ready
Go,
now.
go.
I'm in my head, not in my body. I need some time.
Me too. Okay, I'm going next. So,
Okay, Christine, wer bist du? Who are you?
You know, my name is Leslie, and I really like to mess with people, like to scan them and to analyze them. And what I actually really like is to eat cheesy, creamy, fatty things. This is one of my most favorites. And also to open the space, and then kick Christine a bit on her shoulder and give her impulses. This is what I really like. It's like, do you see that? And she already knows my laughing. It's a bit snory, but you know, this is who I am. Like, people are so stupid. People are really stupid. But you know,
And now you change into Trump.
into Trump.
That's what I did.
Fuck. You know, everything what you say, there are so stupid people out there. They are just not listening. And I know how it works. I'm perfect. I'm so perfect. And if they don't listen to me, let's bomb them. I don't care. I just don't care. What the fuck? One bomb. So, what to do next? Hey, Missy, come over. Let's have a drink. So, yeah, this is what house life, right? To destroy, to fuck up things, to mess up. This is really what I like. And controlling. I'm, you know, controlling. Call me. If you need support, call me. I'm the one. I'm really the one.
Okay, please change to the personality of Dalai Lama.
Okay. You know, thinking about life is so delicate and also funny, very funny. Sometimes, you know, even people think they are stupid. Maybe they are, but still, they are people, and we are humans, and we do stupid things. You know, it's okay. It's okay. So, being on a mission to be with people is to really honor that actually you're also stupid. I'm stupid very often. and who cares? That's life. I'm human and you're human too. So we are together stupidly on a mission to create another planet, another world together. Let's thrive together.
And now you're speaking as if you're the last white bear on the polar circle.
We need to do something, people. If we don't move now, then we are lost. It gets too hot. It gets too hot. I'm dying out. And we are dying out, you know? It's enough. Like, how does a polar bear speak?
Who are you? What do you want to say?
I want to say that enough is enough. I'm the last one. I'm the last one. If you're not listening to me, it's your fault. And you will pay for it. You're stupid, stupid mankind.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh my gosh. So, Sabine.
Okay,
Oh.
in Deutsch.
Okay.
Franz. Ich spreche selten, weil ich eigentlich unsichtbar bin. Das ist meine wichtige Mission, selber unsichtbar sein und Sabine unsichtbar machen. Und gleichzeitig sichere ich das Areal. Ich scanne jede Bewegung, jedes Gefühl, alles, was ich wahrnehmen kann, rechtzeitig, um ihr Befehle zu geben, um ihr Informationen zu geben, damit wir reagieren können, bevor der andere drüber nachgedacht hat, damit wir uns in Sicherheit bringen können, damit wir schneller sind, damit wir sicher sind. Und wenn es nicht gelingt und wir sichtbar werden oder angegriffen werden, dann bin ich gefährlich. Und dann schwinge ich meine Keule oder reiße meinen Giftschwanzstachel so schnell herum, dass der andere gar nicht so schnell gucken kann. Und
Jetzt spricht wie eine Hexe von der Fasching im Fasching. So.
okay, Hexe.
Mhm.
Ja, ihr glaubt zu wissen, ihr glaubt zu sehen, ihr glaubt schneller zu sein als ich. Ha! Ich lasse euch in dem Glauben. Ha! Ihr seid so unwissend. Ihr unterschätzt mich ja. Ich weiß, und das kann so bleiben. Ich brauche keinen Ruhm. Ich bin euch so überlegen. Ihr habt keine Chance, nicht annähernd. Ihr habt keine annähernde Vorstellung von dem, was ich weiß.
Und jetzt wie Alice im Wunderland.
Okay. Oh. Ich kann so viel wahrnehmen, so viel fühlen, so viel sehen. Und doch weiß ich gar nicht, wohin oder wo lang oder was zu tun. Worum geht es überhaupt? Was ist der Sinn des Lebens und was gehört dazu und was ist Illusion? Und wen kann ich das fragen? Ist überhaupt jemand bei mir? Oder bilde ich mir das nur ein? Und was, wenn ich nicht weiter weiß? Und wenn ich das, was ihr mir ratet, überhaupt nicht verstehe? Und was, wenn...
Johanna, du oder ich?
Ich hatte, okay, als eine ägyptische Königin. Ja.
Ich spreche wenige Worte. Und ihr empfangt mehr als meine Worte, wenn ich spreche. Ihr empfangt meine göttliche Energie. Und auf verschiedensten Ebenen verändert es euer Sein. Ihr könnt es kaum wahrnehmen, weil ihr wenige Fähigkeiten besitzt. Aber ich kann es spüren.
Dankeschön.
Danke, Wadi.
So geil. Ich wollte dich noch Miss Picky werden lassen, aber ist auch gut.
Kenn ich
Kenne
nicht.
ich nicht.
Komm, nein.
Ich
Tschüss
kenne auch
auf
nicht.
Straße, Miss Picky.
Gehört nicht zu meiner Kindheitserfahrung.
Okay. Danke.
Danke.
Mega
Bis gleich.
geil.
Maren become Hitler and saying everybody needs to be true and honest about things. Amazing, amazing. And Mick Jagger. So it's also, Maren was Mick Jagger and had a lot of fans and lovely wives to kiss.
But the hardest was Donald Trump to fight for truth.
Oh, Johanna, you were wearing a hat like Donald Trump was.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you feel yourself gain new possibilities of speaking the same message that you are in the world? Did you feel this?
Yeah.
Did anyone not feel this at all?
Yes
Okay.
and no. Like,
Go ahead.
because I choose the gremlin and then I shifted. Actually, I was always the gremlin in different roles. This is how I understood it.
Okay.
And
Well,
this,
even
yeah.
as okay, but even as if you were communicating the message of the gremlin through these different identities, did you have access to new ways of saying, to new possibilities of saying it?
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Okay.
I have. Okay. But yeah, but I want to try also the other way around, like to be Trump, but be freedom, transformation, this would be another next experiment. Okay.
I used the trick to take first my gremlin. I really take my gremlin to jump into the role.
How did you do that?
For me, I inhale the persons.
Okay. Super.
I'm coming up with a question in this, and it would be that, and Christine, because Christina, what you shared of you chose your gremlin, but not your bright principles. And is there also a way that your gremlin, I mean, because there's the possibility that your gremlin helps you serving the bright principles. So how about this possibility that you bring them together? You don't cut your gremlin off, but you let him serve the bright principles.
Yes, this is what I said. Like this could be then the next experiment, but this time I choose like to represent my gremlin, and then it shifted in the different kind of Dalai Lama gremlin, and like like what he had to say, you know, and Trump gremlin. So yeah, it was funny.
Could even be the Dalai Lama speaking the message of the gremlin.
Yeah, this was.
Yeah. Okay. So with this access to a new identity and to communicate the message that is still coming from what we're going to experiment with, still transmitting whatever message you want to transmit, we are going to do another experiment, which is in groups of 3, where you basically actually could be in groups, in groups of 3, where there's going to be a client of a possibility coaching session, then a space holder and a coach. And the space holder, you will be holding space with another identity that is not yours. And so that you can deliver the clarity of the message to your client through these, not as a joke, not as a just kind of like gremlin fun, but to really give real possibility to your client. And so the coach will be helping that. It could be that you send, okay, this identity is not working very well, but it's mostly to encourage the space holder in their shift identity to say, no, okay, no, even more Mick Jagger. Okay, no, like really, there's something that Mick Jagger would say that your box cannot say, to really get that the space holder to go through all the corners of possibility with this identity, and basically to deliver real value, and also to do a prompt. So if the space holder is holding space and it's a little stuck, they can say, okay, I don't know how to say this, or a prompt, could you give me a hint of how to say this thing, or how to move as Mick Jagger in this situation, okay, as a space holder of a possibility coaching session. So there's not going to be a lot of time with me here, but this would be just a little taster of what it could be to use another identity. So sometimes I'm holding space for emotional healing process, and everything comes to a blank, and I call in another identity. I call in the strength or the power or the wisdom of sometimes Clinton, sometimes Lee Lozovic, the people that, like, it's not me handling it, it's them. And it works for me. So maybe it could work. Maybe that's a hint that could work for you. Any questions about this?
But choosing the identity, I will choose them on my own, or is it a given one?
My proposal is that you choose an identity, and then the coach would see if that, if you and your coach see that identity is not working, then provide another identity. He provides it for you, and just don't resist. If that's another identity and you're like, I don't know, as long as the identity can talk, it works. It really works. And so if you don't let your box block the potential of that identity. That
And
makes
we're
sense?
starting right away with
Yes,
the
thank you.
different identity.
Yes, from the beginning, from the hello, nice to meet you. You know, so you are in the group of 3, you decide who goes first and you declare what's your identity. Okay. And the client, you are yourself. If you're in the position of client, you are yourself. You grab one of the emotion, the processes or the emotional healing processes, or something that you want more possibilities about. It could be even about how do I inhabit more accurately or more deeply another identity. And so have that as a session, basically. And I wish we had more time, but it would be basically also 5 minutes each person. Okay, so it will be not, the purpose is not that the client goes through a lot of the space, but it's more that the space holder can practice delivering the message from their bright principles as this identity. Okay, super.
And you will stay until after that, or you yeah?
No, I will do, this will be about 15 minutes,
And then
we come back and then I say goodbye.
okay, great.
Okay, super. Any questions? Anything else? Okay. Just putting a breakout room for, I'd like to be moving in the different rooms. So I actually, Christina, would you want to be in a room or not?
Like how is it?
As a practice, as a person who's practicing, or
Like I could also jump around if it's helpful, but we are
Okay.
12, so yeah.
Yeah, well, both of us will jump around.
Okay.
All right, and why is there 4 people? Okay, great. Good luck. And so actually, Christina, because we're not, would you can choose whatever room that you want to join, and I'll join the other room first, and then I'll jump in. They'll just have a longer time practicing, okay?
Yeah. So there's room 3 and 4. They are just 2.
Yeah, you go to
and
one.
we are coaching, and then
Yeah.
I go to Habet and Johanna.
Okay, super.
Okay. And it's again
5 minutes each person, 5 minutes each constellation.
Okay.
Okay, Christine. Hello.
Hello.
I will speak from Clinton. I'm Clinton.
Okay.
Hello, Johanna. What can I do for you?
Let's feel into what is really needed. I'm having I want possibilities for me to keep my culture. I have this adaptive box, and I'm adapting some. I feel like I'm losing my power by that I can have or experience in labs or possibility spaces, and I'm losing this power when I'm outside of it, or if I'm with clients out of possibility context. I'm putting myself smaller, and I would like to have some possibilities about that.
You would like to have some possibilities about that.
Yes.
Does that mean that you're asking for possibilities?
Yes, I'm asking for possibilities.
And how could you do that with more power? How would that sound if you would give all your power into asking for possibilities?
Right now?
Yes.
Okay. I want possibilities about living in a box
Beep.
of being adaptive.
Beep. You want possibilities is not asking for possibilities. It's a declaration. It's I want possibilities like I want ice cream or I want popcorn.
Okay, I do it over. Habit. Can you give me habit? Can you give me possibilities about being in a box, an adaptive box, and wanting to actually being a person
Habit.
who is empowering other.
You would say like
Beep.
beep,
Do you
like
hear that sound? Do you hear
yeah,
it? Do you
yeah,
hear the Rückkopplung?
yeah.
The Rückkopplung is even having pain of how you saying it. Okay, so what's your necessity, Johanna? Please give me possibilities of what? What do you want?
I want possibilities about how can I keep my power and not speaking as if I'm not sure or making myself smaller.
How are you doing that? Please describe me how you were doing it right now. How were you making yourself small?
I'm using my fear to make myself small. As soon as I feel I'm not sure or something I'm doing wrong, or it's getting to be wrong, I'm making myself smaller.
How do you know that something is wrong? What makes you believe that?
I'm sniffing it. Or like I get beeps from other people. Or I imagine beeps. I can sense the beeps coming from the energetical body.
Okay, so a beep.
So I'm trying to correct myself.
Hmm.
Yeah, and beep is being wrong for me.
So you're still in school?
Yes.
You're in the prison of right and wrong and doing wrong and having to correct and things like that?
Yes, I am.
My possibility is free yourself from school. How could you do that?
I wanted to ask you the same question, how can I do that?
Do you, yeah. Like to choose another option is seeing another option, right? Do you see another way? What could be another way than being in school? What's waiting for you outside of school?
Just a big playground and waiting for like.
Yes, use your paintbrush. Paint it. There's a big playground.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
It's flat and empty, so everything is possible. And there is like even falling down is not seen as I made a mistake or didn't watch enough, I didn't observe. I just fell down. That's all. I'm just falling down. Yeah, there's no judging. Like there's no this parents or teacher look about judging. But actually, and I'm doing it to myself, being my own parent and judge about how I'm doing things, and it makes myself go in the child position, in the child ego state. Yeah.
And how do you do that? How do you judge yourself? How do you put yourself in a child position?
I'm creating this kind of image or identity or expectations that I could be and can be, and if I'm not reaching that standard, that's when I say, wow, it's not, that's wrong, that's not good enough, you're not reaching that. So and this voice about like you're wrong, you're not good enough, makes me feel like, so really, and I believe it and come back to the child.
Okay, so
What
what
does this-
about your voice blaster? Where is it? Where is your voice blaster, Johanna?
On my right side.
Okay, so whenever there comes a could or should or would sentence, you just shoot, no questions.
Mhm.
So what's that kind of trigger sentence right now?
I'm not powerful enough.
Okay, shoot it now. Is there another one?
Feel free to use a voice blaster. It's too loud.
Your voice blaster is too loud? Make it even
Using
louder.
it really would be too loud.
What
Yeah.
would be too loud?
The voice blaster.
Okay. Kommt zum Ende. Come to an end. And shift. We're shifting to the next person.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have it.
Thank you. Okay. Just need to.
Who's the next client?
I'm the next client.
I'm the coach.
One minute of
I-
feedback. Okay, thank you for the
Okay.
space and 1 minute of
Okay.
feedback. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Like, I bet you could even use more words, like make it. There was this very minimalistic, because it was the identity of Clinton, and Clinton can talk really a lot. So he paints more the pictures, and paint your pictures, or use more words. It was very minimalistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked. It's like, from my perspective. Johanna, what do you think? Like, did it work?
Yes, it worked. And what she could do more is,
You're talking to her.
yeah, to have it. Going a bit faster was a question.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm client. Johanna, you're my coach then.
Yes, and my identity is I am I'm just thinking about PM people, but it should not only be PM people. I am Oprah Winfrey. I even don't really know her, but Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, go.
So, my dear, what is a question burning in you?
The question burning in me is how can we actually turn the steering wheel around of this fast running train into destruction, and how can I support to steer around the wheel of this train, which goes super fast against the wall, which we will definitely hit. It depends. Yeah.
Is it really the question you want to ask me? Or is it only your mind and your environment?
So I shall have a question for you.
Wait, not for me, it's for you. Is it really that question? I can answer it if you want.
What? I don't Like I have this question as a driver question, definitely. Like how can I, and probably what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing for that? Are you aware? Are you aware? But like it's about me.
It's Christine, your name. It's really it's about touching more people. And people, especially people who are ready to find their way to you. And that's the part you can play with and support with. I just can say that using the resources that are given to you right now, and also with this in the world we're living with technologies and getting in touch, building your circle with people who are really successful in what they do, because their voices is spreading in a very fast speed, a speed that you cannot still reach on your own. But to reach that speed, you first need to reach to that people who go that speed, so that on your scale you will be able to stop, break, like put your feet a bit on the like put your feet on the big brake and be a piece of the weight that can go on the brake. And you're not alone. You're not alone. And you, it's about finding people out of your circle that are seeming out of reach.
You need to catch
Look
her
for
somehow with a question or with something
Okay.
that
What?
like
Yeah. Who? Thank you. Who are you? Who are the people you're thinking about when I'm talking about that? Are there images coming to you?
go.
Who are the people I'm thinking about when you're thinking when you ask me about this break or slowing down the train or what? I did not get the question. I was lost. I was so lost. I was hypnotized.
Speaking for
I got hypnotized.
Oh shit.
You were like the snake
Let's not.
in Mowgli.
Maybe that's the power of opera. She's hypnotizing the masses. Yes. It's about reaching out to those people that seems out of reach for you, out of your circle. People who are having reached a speed of spreading messages that you cannot reach on your own right now. Who are those people? Who are they? Do you have images or names?
Not really, but that's a really cool question.
And scan for them. They are around you. Come back to me when you found them.
And do you have some in mind? You're very in the media, so actually, like it would be people in the forefront, like very publicly. So, any ideas from your side?
I have the image about bigger famous podcaster. There are many, and find the person. It looks like it's a man. Yes.
So it's like scanning for people who are fast in transporting the message.
Yes, that's about that. And you're ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
Upgrade your identity to reach them. They will open the doors.
Okay, cool. Okay, please come to an end.
I wish you all the best luck and intuition for the mission, my dear.
Thank you, Ofra.
With love. Okay.
So, how about feedback?
Yeah, you were really hypnotizing. That was interesting in a way because you could take her completely out of, like, you did what you did actually what you got from the last coaching. You went totally nonlinear because you didn't do the classical space holder thing and question thing. Like you twisted it all. And I think that caused some nonlinearity where you got her, but in the same way you also lost her when you were too much hypnotizing. Yeah, it's the doses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like you were really slowing me down. It's like, what is she talking about? Huh? And then some, but yeah, and then you lost me for a moment. And then when you, like when Herbert asked and said, "Hey, ask the question," so then something shifted. Cool. Yeah, and I'm still not knowing if this is the way, or like, yeah. I have still questions. Last base holder. Habet.
Yes.
I'm Teal Swan.
I don't know who it is, but it doesn't matter, right?
It's hi, dear.
Hi.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm okay. It's just that I need some clarity.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to stay unhookable when I'm dealing with. Oh, actually, I don't want to deal with the father of my son anymore. And I want to be okay with that. I want to be okay with the decision I made to not have to deal with the father, with any father.
So what about the energetics? So what about the energetics? Like, did you consider already that you are still energetically bonded and connected to this father, to this guy?
Yeah, it's interesting that you asked me because 2 days ago I'm a curandera from the curanderos lineage, and I cut the cords and I can feel it energetically.
Great. Did you do this with your father too?
With my own father?
Yeah.
Yeah, long time ago.
Okay. So how is the relationship now? Like, also with this, you said something shifted. What will be the next steps?
Yeah, the next step for me is to communicate with my son in a way that I can respect that he has a connection with him. Like, for example, I want to go traveling with him. I want to travel, and I don't want to go against his commitment that he has to his father.
Okay, when I hear, like you say, I want to, something is still, like you're still not doing it, right? Like what?
Yeah, like
So
for
what
example,
what is in between? What is the block you're still having in between? You can do, like you're doing it and you can't do it, or you want to do it. So there, what is there?
yes,
What is holding you back?
yes, it's the excitement of my son. There's some fear when I ask him to travel with me that it would be so exciting for him that his father has a problem with it, and he would cause a problem on him of being so excited. That's my fear. My fear is that my son is not able to live fully and to be engaged and to be involved and to express his excitement.
What would be so bad about that for yourself?
Yeah, that his father could be sabotaging, and that his son, like my son, would feel that it's not okay to be excited.
And what about this would be 100% true? Like this is the only reality what exists. What would be so bad about that? So he gets crazy, and what you just said, this is it. No other option. What is so bad about that for you? How does it feel? What's happening inside of you then?
Yeah, everything is crumbling. Like there's this little flower of having an adventure with my son, and when this happens, this flower is just crumbling and dying, and yeah,
Yeah, and how does it feel?
I feel sad and angry. Like,
Because
Christine, just come back to this one identity more. You're back in Christine.
okay.
Yeah.
So what is it? Okay. So sadness. What is the sadness about?
yeah, I'm sad that I cannot create extraordinary experiences for my son.
And what would be so bad about that?
I have the story that if I don't show him, he would only have this window he's looking out from his father.
And what would be so bad about that?
His father lives in this tradition. Like I see myself as being an intergenerational healer. My purpose in life is to heal intergenerational bullshit, and not doing it my own son is so weird. Like doing it for so many people and being with so many people and not being with my son and seeing how he gets this poisonous life is dead and life is boring and life is work and life is money thing handed over from generation to generation through his father's line, and not being the one who gets just doing this intervention is like totally missing the point.
And what would be so bad about that?
It doesn't
So
work.
it's not, yeah, it's not happening. So what if it would not happen?
That would be great. Like, I mean, what do you mean?
No, in the other way around.
It
like,
wouldn't happen that he's coming with me. Like,
yes, and you're not fulfilling your destiny.
Yes, it's like.
And can you close your eyes and really be in this space within yourself? Like it will not happen. Like there's this destiny and this is why you're here for, but it's not happening.
I'm totally missing the point. My life is senseless, meaningless. My life is
Life is failure.
Yes.
Your life is a failure. Yeah. What would be so bad about that?
yeah, then I would tell myself for the rest of my life that I couldn't manage to free my son from patriarchy. And what would be so bad about that is that that's my only chance, because that's my only son.
Okay, what if you missed the chance? This is your only son, and you missed the chance doing that. What would be so bad about that? What are you telling yourself? You missed the chance for what?
Yeah, there's some kind of story that my son also has a purpose, and it's like I'm not handing over the thing that he needs for his purpose. Like I'm blocking the line somehow. I'm standing in the way.
Yeah, you're standing in the way, and we are at the end of our diving deep. Thank you for diving deep.
Thank you. Wow, really big.
Cool. Johanna, feedback.
Okay, I don't know really till Swan how she coached. Somehow you shifted back to a PM more, and then I'm curious if she really used so much repetition, and what's so bad about that? So maybe it's a strategy about going, like making it smaller.
This is what she does.
And okay, yeah, and it worked. Well, I don't know how, but what happened for if
Yes,
it worked. Yes. So yeah, we go, and it was maybe lacking time for seeing where it would lead deeper.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina.
This is, I'm from time to time I'm asking also her like what Vera was saying, like, okay, how, especially when it's about these little like baby trauma things happening, like the processes where people go really in this, where they are very young, like somehow I'm calling her more in. Cool. So
I feel glad to have shared this space with you, Herbert and Christina.
Thank you. Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Chip, chip. Vera has more time than expected. It's also cool. Yeah.
How long are we going?
We are going until 8:30.
Okay.
So 35 minutes. Now she's back.
It was a sense, like a completely different kind of space. And
yes. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I know that not everybody is back, but I'd still like to know how it was for you. For you to be in a space where someone else was bringing another energy in, or another identity in, and for you, the experiment that you did as being having access to another identity as a space holder.
Yeah, for me as a space holder, I realized that now I chose Clinton, and also before, when we were doing the other practice, somebody asked me to be Angela Merkel, the and I could feel how I became more powerful. Like I could really feel, like when I was Angela Merkel, I I knew I can do everything and I can say everything because everybody has to listen. And
Mhm.
when I was a 3-year-old, it was basically the opposite, that I felt I have to break through walls because adults are so super stupid and they really don't get it. And I had this desperate feeling of a child. And yeah, for me, it's very impressive how much I can feel it really, like the power or the powerlessness.
Thank you. Thank you. I asked in the space, how was it for you in any of the roles, but also in the space holder to bring other capacities to the table? How was your experiment and how did it go?
Okay, go David.
Okay, I'll go. So I had the identity of Oprah, playing with Oprah, and there was so much stuff that came from that for me, both in terms of stuff I would never really typically say, but there was this moment where one of the coachings Martin gave was, what was it? It was something like bring in softness or something like that, and that just this whole maternal, almost a totally different type of care than the one I would say is native to me, was able to come out. It was really just an amazing, eye-opening experience.
Super.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
was smiling and Christine too, and I have it because Devin and I, we wanted to speak at the same time, and I was Oprah too.
No!
Yes, and you basically just said what I was about to say, so I don't need to say anything. Thank you,
Wow.
David.
Shifting identity.
Super.
Yay.
Shifting and sharing identity.
Yes, also. And I don't know her. I don't listen to her talk, so.
So if you need a space holder to tell you to go next, what makes you? What does that make you?
I would say a pupil waiting
Yeah.
for a teacher.
A child, a pupil. This is your space. This is not my space. Go ahead, Martin. Since you spoke.
I was a robot, you know. I got this
C-3PO.
robot from Star Wars, the golden one, and it shifted the way of like not being there emotionally. Like I was somehow cut it myself from like I would need to feel him. I need to feel him. So I was on this like understanding level, and then Devon was okay. It was so simple. Like it was like, the simplicity came like. I would make my head would like I as a Martin would try to create a lot of stories. What is the reason why, how it is working? And there was simply, okay, what is that? Okay. And that, okay. And it was enough. It was working.
Oh.
I very much enjoyed being in the part of Katharine Hepburn, and specifically in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Having
That's crazy.
Having her world
my
turned
God.
around, yet having the decisiveness. Yeah. So watching and then pow with clarity. Yeah.
This is crazy to me because the identity I chose was the other woman in that movie. Actually in that exact same movie.
Which is the daughter?
The daughter, yeah. And this scared me because it was an impulse that came and I saw the impulse and I noticed how scared I was to do it, and I chose it anyway. And then as I started in it, I realized I was so scared because this was like using my white widow consciously. And so but then it gave me access to this whole realm that I've been pretty much shutting off, partly because I was doing white widow experiments and to not use the white widow. And so this is kind of the first time I opened that door. And yet this brought so many possibilities that have really, and it was scary while it was happening. And the identity gave me more possibilities, but without losing the possibilities I have, as like what Devin said about from my native identity. And I just got this experience where even just opening up to having my identity, my native identity, and this other identity, then there was it was almost like there was room for even more, because I don't know that identity really. So it kind of gave yeah, like the space was so much like bigger and had more possibilities in it than I've ever really experienced as a coach.
Yes.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And also to speak about that and Martin, what I think happens, I mean, this is a theory, but perhaps, is that you don't have access to their possibility, really. You have the access to the possibility that is maybe asleep in you, but it's the part of your dimensions that has not been awakened. And so I think you have some dormant resonance, or that but it is there, and you just have to awake it. So I'm glad, because it's like unfolding different dimensions and parts of ourselves.
And adding to that, it seems to me that it's more about the purpose you're having while you're using this identity that makes it either work or not work. Yeah.
Can you say what you experimented and how it went?
Yeah. It was I chose Brad Pitt and in the Fight Club movie. And I could what I gained a bit more, I'm shy to say it. What I gained is that I had more of this boldness, and combined still with the sense of, well, I know that I really care about you. Like, I know that I care about you, and I want something to work out for you. But being like really sure about that, that also, well, I cannot do it for you. You have to do it. I mean, it's your life. And with this gap, I would say I was a lot more, I could point things out more clearly. And because I could still feel the purpose of, okay, well, I want to get somewhere where Sabine like profits from that, or like something real in her is touched. And this made me relax into that role more. Like when I felt that, yeah, well, I know I'm also feeling my purpose of wanting to work with you.
What I realized was that if I changed identity, the gremlin of the other person that don't know how to react, and so I get another openness at the client.
What was the experiment that you were, and the identity that you were playing with, Maren?
It was, for me, it was in an active and passive way. It was, I had the identity of Mick Jagger, and I realized at first I act more out. I had to take more the gremlin of Mick Jagger to act with, and it hit the point. It hit the point which is around, but it doesn't land in the space of my client because it is filled with gremlin. That was, and if I really make the difference in, okay, I have the identity and I have the possibilities and or the morphogenetic field of Mick Jagger, I could use his skills, but not be them. And if I, in the passive way, I was the client and you have been Mother Teresa, I really felt that my gremlin doesn't fit. I realized a lot that if I'm standing there and I'm start in emotional healing process, my gremlins stand there and really try to find out how the other person will act or will ask for. And if you take another way to talk with me, then I can change new ways as a client.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Is there anyone else who would like to say for any?
Yeah, I would like to add one thing is what I just got the sensation is also when I choose the other identity, I somehow cut loose from the worries that my box has or that I usually have. And my worries that I usually have, they're like already like these deep tracks kind of. But with the other identity, I just don't have these worries. And then I'm more liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something similar.
And I want to share my client experience as Nicole went to her role. She did like, and what can I do for you? And it just like it cracked me open, like in a way, like it was. I needed to start to laugh, but when I allowed myself to laugh so much, it just cracked me open.
My experiment was doing with something like Mother Teresa or Amma, and I just almost speaking into the space would make the space less powerful. So I actually didn't say many things, but what happened was just that by this just absolutely pouring love and loving Maren, like just like as she was, because I'm working on the not trying to change people, to just love and just be with that and maybe ask one question. What happened is that Maren was just unraveling a little bit. She was working herself out in some other way that was unexpected and discovering insights. And I was like, I'm not asking anything, I'm not using any skill, or I'm just listening with a lot of love. And so I found that really almost like it proved that that kind of energy works, that kind of attitude works. And how many times I do something, or I try to figure something out, or I try to use my construct of figuring things out instead of relaxing into a different kind of orientation. So thank you, Maren, for being in that space so authentically.
Thank you.
Okay, this is
Thank you,
my
Vera.
time to go.
Thank you, Vera.
Thank you, Vera.
Thank you, Vera.
Thank you, Vera.
Yes,
Thank you, Vera.
Thank you, Mother Teresa.
Thank you, Amma. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So we have 20 minutes to go. I want to throw you again into, like I need to shift. No, and the other way around. I'm making breakout rooms.
Can we have a little small pause
For what?
Biology.
Biology.
So go, and I will open the space. Okay, so the next exercise is you have 3 minutes to, like, you're in pairs, and you have 3 minutes to ask the client where he or she is. Like, what are you struggling with? What are your practices? What is your edge? Where are your researchers at the moment? Like, these are like to get kind of an X on the map. And then you have, now it's time-wise. Hopefully the others come back soon. Like, you find 3 experiments, like out of the nothing, you're creating 3 experiments, what they can do to support this practice, this edge, like, and 3 within, 5 minutes, probably. So Nicole, Sabine. Okay, great. And Joseph, super. So in the groups where Sabine, Nicole, and Joseph is, the other person starts, and then you get it what we're gonna do. So 18. Okay, do 2 experiments because it's time-wise. Like, you have 2 minutes, where are you? And then you have 3 minutes to create 2 experiments. Okay, and then you shift, like 10 minutes, short, easy, sweet, have fun. And I will join.
You mean 5 minutes?
What did I say? Yes, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 and 5 minutes altogether.
So etwas, was ich merke, das ist genau das Gegengift zu dem, was ich immer wieder mache, dass ich das zu intellektuell mache.
Mhm. Okay, also die Experimente, die ich für dich habe, ist die Liste für dein Gremlin zu machen und dir einen Coach zu suchen oder eine 3-Cell und eine 3-Cell, also es schließt sich auch nicht aus gegenseitig. Und wirklich zu gucken, was nehme ich zu.
And it would just be a noticing experiment for maybe 3 days, noticing when you shift into your identity of being your children's mother and being a possibility coach and being a person who takes care of, like, these things, and just notice it for 3 days. And then the next experiment would be I recommend the experiment of looking at the map of responsibility, the old map of responsibility, or the map of child responsibility, and the map of radical responsibility, the new map of responsibility, like 2 times a day, maybe in the morning and the evening, and just getting that map in you. And the purposes of this is to help you shift onto the map where you're the source of responsibility in your life. Like, you're the source of responsibility happening. And if you need a copy of the maps, I can send you that.
Great. Super.
Thank you.
So shift to the next person, or that shift. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now your ex.
Yeah.
Devin, what's going on with you? You're on the move.
Yeah, well, we just landed in a new place. We're here for a month. And then we're moving
Where?
again. Mexico, still in Mexico.
Okay.
Kate, there's a couple of things. One is wanting more space for my being. And what I am discovering about my being is, or what I'm wanting is just, or maybe it's my heart wanting more spaces where my heart just has a space to be without having to do any work or create anything. Or I feel like so many of my impulses about what I'm supposed to do are still so coming from my box, or just old stuff about like, I need to create something, I need to be productive, I need to hold a space. And I want to be done with that in my life. I really want impulses to come from a different place in me, or inspirations about my next step to come from a different place in me. And I haven't really created spaces to explore that yet. So that's, yeah.
So you want to create spaces from which to explore impulses that come from a different part of you than your should factory.
Yeah. I wouldn't even, should factory is even, it's a good name for it. And it's somehow not subtle enough, because even impulses that I think come from, I just don't trust my impulses.
Okay, and Elizabeth, that's enough information. 3 minutes to give 2 to 3 experiments. Go ahead.
Yeah. So whenever you have an impulse to do something that can be done inside of 2 minutes, just do that thing. Practice do the thing. Have an impulse, do the thing, without the considering where it came from. Wait until after the thing is finished, and then you can consider, oh, well, where did that come from? That's one experiment.
Ask him what he needs, or what is important for him, or whatever, and then you make a new deal on a new contract with him, so that maybe he needs also a good job, a new job, whatever. I don't know where you are on which point. Yes. And the second one was that you try to not to go into the child state. Is it right? I understood that.
That it's the edge of like the child is varying a lot of this like sadness and like victim being, like, yeah, this energy.
Yes, if you recognize that happens, then you can arrange a special time for being with your child part and with the needs of this part, and you can care about this. But in the moment you could say, okay, we don't have time for this now, we do this later, and you have a concrete time for this.
So what could be an experiment him doing with this child, for example? You heard a bit more, like where is his leading edge? Like how? So you have half a minute to be more concrete, like dare to just invent something.
Yeah, you mean if he is with his child and he asks or he knows the needs of the child, what can he do then? Or
Yes, like
yeah.
yeah.
I would say it's depend on the needs. So if you need more time to be playful or to have fun or to do crazy things, then do it. Or if there is something like you need more feeling of somebody is care about me or is protecting me. If this is a need, then you could show how can I as an adult do it for me. How can I care about me?
Yeah, and when you give experiments, Sabine, and I know like there's this language barrier sometimes, be even more sharp and say, not could you, like
Yes.
do this, like
Yeah.
reserve 30 minutes or 10 minutes per day with your little boy and go out barefoot on the grass, no matter what weather conditions there are, something like this, like dare to say this is what you do, experiment. Huh?
Christina knows me.
Okay, great. So come, finish and come back to the main room and I will close the sessions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Christina.
Sabine.
I'm sorry, Martin. I was faster.
I had one more thing, like when you are writing also the list, when you find out a new thing, go and to your husband and tell him in front of him, like, I want to kiss you, whenever time comes like this low drama, like things.
Okay, that was very fast. I'm not sure if I understood everything.
It's recorded, Sabine. You can look at it.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
That's the good thing about recordings. Okay, any reports? We have some minutes left. And any jewels, anything you want to share? You are looking forward to this experiment. It already excites you. You get goosebumps or you are scared as hell, like whatever you want to share. Now it's time.
I'm just blown away by how many possibilities have been created in this space, how much space for possibilities being created that connects with something from behind me in the past. It's like I'm in this wind tunnel now, that something from that was happening already got opened and is going further. For example, my experiments from Marin, I'd already been doing the experiment of living without doubt. And yet I realized my attention was so much on my doubt. And what happened in this very short space with her was that my attention shifted to my impulses. And to go with my impulses is how to live without doubt. I'm just noticing my impulses more now.
Yay. Anything else?
I noticed that once again, the experiments that I suggest are ones that would be very good for me to do.
Great. So you have it on the list. You have it on your list, hopefully.
Recorded.
And
Yes.
it's recorded, Anne.
No, you've left middle. Yeah.
I have more clarity now about using my gremlin to hold space. Like it has always been said, and also to have a good relationship with your gremlin, and now I can really it becomes practical, that it's really not about praising her or putting her down or like controlling her, but really this is the alive part that can be in service, and I can I can see that it's fun also, and it's okay. It's okay to have fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I have an experiment that bring me fear. It's about my adaptive box being nice and adapt and feeling small. So it's right from the beginning to set into the space that, okay, I'm not here to be nice and to create sympathy, and because it will how say it will make the space feel like having less quality, less depth, and just to announce it, so it creates this energy right from the beginning in the space, and that will support me and the client.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, really recommend these bridge sentences, especially at the beginning. When is this? When am I too much or something? When these voices are coming, these, yeah, like what you just said, Johanna. For me, these are bridge and opening sentences are perfect. Like have them in your backpack, right? Like this is 2-3 sentences what you need to have. Put them in your box. Have them. Great. Anything else from anyone else?
I'm going to the next.
Yes. Fly on. She's gone.
Like a beam.
Yeah. This is how it goes. Shift spaces. She always shows us. Every time. So then.
The aliveness works. That's what I get from today. Aliveness, bringing aliveness, pumping up the space with aliveness works.
Yeah. And non-linearity is aliveness. That's so like, yay. Cool. And it's still like also very, like my box freaks out. It's like and it's so cool to, and like I really look forward to all these experiments we are doing then in this in this ongoing group. Hopefully you're all there then, and then doing all these experiments and researches together and have fun in this non-linearity. Like, yeah. And what I started is also to do like a gremlin theater space, a conscious gremlin theater space. I really recommend. We just started this Saturday with Martin and another woman, and it was like, whoa, super. Something is opening up. It's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and we can do this also online. So.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I have a go. And Devin, when is the no bullshit?
I knew you were going to ask.
Yes.
When is it?
It is going to be, it's going to be this week. Huh?
Yeah, set up a clear date, please.
Yes.
This week.
Okay.
This week,
Yeah.
Tomorrow I have 7 PM calls online. I cannot.
Not all about you, Marcus.
I know.
It's not all
I
about
still
you.
want to be with you.
Okay. I'm not going to say a date right now, but I will say one after the call. I have 30 minutes till the next call. So thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So.
Cool.
Thank you.
Looking
you.
forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye bye.